5 a.m. Good morning, Light and Wealth Club. Are you still in bed? Or are you dealing with your inner little girl voice? With that being said, this is your host, MP, and Behind the Scenes.
Easy.
And today we have a good episode for you, and we have a special guest. Kevin from Certified Taxes is here with us today.
Hey, how's it going?
And we're going to talk about why having a CPA year-round is important. And we're going to talk about some industries Latinos are in and a little bit of the economy at the end. But with that being said, let me remind you to pay the fee. Help us by simply recommending us to a friend, a relative, a sibling, or someone that is a like-minded individual. Help us grow. Our goal is to one day monetize this just to cover expenses. So help us help you. With that being said, Kevin, how are you doing, man? Where you been at? Is everything good?
Yeah, everything's good. Still working. This time of year for me is when I'm doing like my research, my continuing education, building my knowledge. So when tax season comes, I'm able to give as much as I can to my clients, to new clients. That's my whole thing is when people come to me, like I have an answer. Like I hate when I have to go research because like I should know it. So that's why I try to do all that now. So by the time next year comes, I'm ready to go. And plus, it's a requirement. Yeah, every year I have to continue to get my certificate each year. So that's what we're working on now, just kind of reading, studying, and then.
Are you into sports?
Yeah.
It kind of seems like it because, I just would after Kevin saying that, it makes me even more more comfortable that he's my CPA because he's working during the off season.
Oh, definitely.
He's improving during the off season, dude. He hasn't stopped training.
Yeah,
you heard him. He's doing research. He's taking these courses. He's self-improving. Yeah. I mean, dude, I don't know. I'm even happier that you're my CPA, dude.
Yeah, if you're in sports, when the season comes, okay, now I'm going to start practicing. No, you practiced before. So
exactly.
You
prepare. Dude, he's conditioning. He's putting in the work today.
No wonder he looks stronger too, man.
Bro, Kevin is going to be in the Super Bowl of tax write-offs next year. He said I'm winning it. He said I'm taking it. He's like, I'm saving my clients millions of dollars. Dude, I'm pretty sure that one day this guy's going to have a website and say, I've saved my clients millions of dollars in tax returns.
Those insurance companies.
Yeah, I've claimed this much, right? Well, anyways, Kevin, I know for a lot of people they might not understand the difference between a tax handler and a tax planner. What is the real difference of someone that's planning your taxes? Right, you're working with a CPA or an accountant or whatever throughout the year, and that accountant's every month he's organizing your stuff, categorizing everything. What is the difference between having someone doing that every month and just going to someone and handing all your receipts and over and allowing them just to maybe 2 hours worth of work? They're just going to overlook everything.
Yeah. I mean, the first thing comes to mind, the person that you just hand everything over to, you're going to miss something. There's something going to be missed because you got to plan throughout the year. There's something's a strategy. You can't just do it in 2023 when it's for 2022. 2022 is over. So you have to do it throughout the year. You think about it, strategize. Is this going to actually work? Is it going to benefit me? Or no, let's wait till next year and let's do it. So to hand someone stuff at the end of the year is still part of the worst thing for a business owner you could do because just so much stuff you got to realize throughout the year. You got to plan for. You got to know how to project, forecast for next year. So a good thing is once you start something, you have a lot of business owners want to do it on their own because I could do it, but this gets too overwhelming. There's a lot going on. You want to focus on your business, and let's say you start growing, and you forget about your books, and then come the end of the year, 6 months of nothing. You don't have no numbers, no nothing, no reports. So it's really important to keep up a monthly status reports. Kind of go back to what you asked. There's a difference between like a CPA and a enrolled agent. What I kind of do, I'm like kind of mixture of both. So I'm more classified as like a tax accountant. So I figure out your accounting, but then also at the same time, also preparing about your taxes. So do a little bit of both. Like a CPA just focuses more on accounting stuff, enrolled agent more taxes. So again, like I said, I'll do a little bit of both. Actually, I do both, not a little bit, but so that's really important to kind of figure out your numbers for business decisions. Let's say I'm trying to get a loan within a couple months. People say, "Can you help me?" I say, "Yeah, what your numbers look like? Do you have your stuff in order?" Like, "Oh no, I don't have anything. I don't have no financial reports." So we go to a bank. That's not a good look. So they're probably not going to give you anything. Probably going to turn you down. They're going to want to see financial statements for the year or for half a year to go into it and see if you could get approved. You want to get a credit card, increase your credit. They're going to want to see all these numbers. And you have nothing going on. You don't have nothing to show or prove. Most chances are they're not going to provide you anything. So that's why it's always important to make sure each month your numbers are in order to make business decisions. You know where you're at to purchase something, maybe you should not purchase something. Also, too, as far as the whole accounting thing, could be overwhelming if you don't know what you're going to do. Yeah. So you purchase equipment. A lot of people don't know does it go on a balance sheet, does it go on profit and loss. Unless you're in accounting, you took some classes, you would know that goes on the balance sheet. Amortize it throughout the year. That's how you get your expenses, and then from there, the expenses go onto your profit and loss sheet. So, but people don't do that, and they just book it or put it into a certain category, and then it's not correct. So.
And I think the most important thing that you mentioned was a lot of business owners are prideful, right? They feel like they can do everything, right? And going back to the episode with my godfather, he mentioned how a lot of us entrepreneurs, right, as business owners, we make the mistake of wanting to wear all the hats in our business, right? And I agreed with my godfather, and I said, yeah, that's a mistake we always make because we get distracted in one thing. We start slacking on this, and because we don't want to pay a little bit of extra just to pay someone just to keep an eye on it or actually just, maintain it pretty much. Hey, I'm going to teach you how I do it. I'll pay you this much a month. We make the mistake of that, and sometimes our businesses don't grow or don't get to the point that we want to be at because we're trying to wear all the same hats, right? Like me, I personally pay Kevin monthly. Right, he's pretty much on my payroll, and the reason why is because I'm gonna get that money back with not paying taxes. Yeah, the money I would have paid for taxes is now going to Kevin's pocket. Right, so I'm adding to my friend's economy, and he's saving me taxes. So I scratch his back, he scratches my back, and I'm pretty sure what I pay him is a lot less than what I would be paying in taxes. Yeah, exactly. So at the end of the day, that's the real reason why you want a CPA is because you want to have that initial. The difference, right? Yeah. So if I was going to pay $10,000 in taxes, but I'm paying Kevin $4,000 a year just for on the monthly recurring service or whatever it may be, right? I'm saving $6,000. Exactly. Who wouldn't want a $6,000 rebate from your taxes because you made the smart decision of having a CPA, right? So going on to that, right, talking about entrepreneurship, in 2020, according to the State of Entrepreneurship, Latino-owned businesses are predominantly construction, finance, and insurance. Starting with construction, what are some top mistakes that maybe construction businesses make or owners make when it comes to not preparing for tax season?
Besides taxes, the first thing that when you mentioned that, first thing is you got to realize when you are going to pay someone like another contractor or someone who's self-employed, you have to be able to track that and get something at 1099 in the year. See, so many times, let's say someone comes with me at the end of the year, I kind of ask, I can go through your list of questions. I said, did you file your 1099s? And like, what is that? No, I didn't receive any. But they think they're asking if they got them. I said, no, did you file them? Did you distribute them? And they're like, no, I don't know what that is. So you still have to, as a business owner, keep track of that. People that you're paying, send them a 1099 at the end of the year. People over $600, you have to send that to them, and then file that with the IRS. And then if you don't, it's penalties, fees, for not doing that. So that's one thing business owners don't know, just the little things that could cost them because they didn't know or they didn't pay attention or just lost track. So stuff like that. And then a lot of certain industries like construction, maybe like inventory, and how much should you be holding on or not holding on. Stuff like that. And are you going to be paying employees? You pay them as employees. You pay as a contractor. There's different. It may sound simple, but at the end of the day, it's more strategy. What's better for you? What's better for your employee? Your business wise, and what's a better situation? And
I think one thing you also mentioned was when we're talking about tax planner and tax handler is that since you are also an accountant, you can help some of these construction owners make a budget so they're on track of where every dollar is going, right?
Yeah, exactly. That's the whole point too. Where every cent's coming in, every cent's going out. You keep track of your cash flow. It's important, even if personally, you need to know where your money's going. Yeah. Why you're spending it. Is that even necessary? Like, exactly. Okay, let's kind of revisit that. I'm spending too much here. Let's revisit, put it more over here. Personally, businessly, you should be able to keep track of that.
Yeah, and I think finance and insurance, I think those are pretty. They have CPAs. I don't think those Latino-owned businesses are just doing it on their own, are they?
No, I don't. I think they're smart enough.
When they're smart enough. That's like asking Richard, Mr. Royobo, if he wants a CPA when he probably knows exactly what he's doing. And Anyways, what about some of those common traits that most Latinos are in? Mainly like in Los Angeles, where do you see a lot of our community in? Right, we see a lot of landscapers, we see a lot of people in transportation, and we see a lot of people in some maid services, right? Some cleaning services. We see our raza putting in work in some of these industries that a lot of times they don't even know because they get paid cash or they get checks. They don't even know how they're getting taxed. Exactly. They don't know anything, right? Yeah. So what are some things that you would recommend maybe people that are in the landscaping industry?
Kind of real quick, I posted a video on my TikTok about an Uber, like kind of if you're an Uber driver, keep track of your expenses, you could deduct them at the end of the year. To me, it was like more of a simple kind of video, like to kind of get started. I got a whole bunch of comments like, oh, I didn't know I could do that. Like, what are you talking about? Can you help me? Just little things, just from a simple little TikTok video.
Yeah.
I was amazed how people didn't know anything about it. Like, oh, I could deduct that. Like, oh, I can deduct my mileage.
Dude,
yeah, of course. It was, yeah.
Yeah, that's kind of crazy.
It felt good to be able to help them. They've probably been doing it for years and didn't know.
They didn't know this whole time.
Losing a ton of money, right?
Yeah, exactly. So it was kind of cool. I felt good that I was able to help them with little
with a little bit of knowledge.
Yeah. And then obviously from there we kind of grew.
Did you get some clients from that?
Yeah,
nice.
Definitely, yeah.
Okay, but what about the landscaping industry, right? We have a lot of raza in landscaping, right? We see them on those beautiful yards, making them look gorgeous. What are some top, tax write-offs, or what are some reasons why they should have a CPA throughout the whole year?
Yeah, same thing. Whatever you're doing, your business. You're self-employed, you're still a business owner, you still got to be smart about that. And if you don't want to pay taxes, or you kind of situation where you kind of want to show a little bit of profit, be able to plan for that. So as far as taxes, if you get received cash, a check, whatever it is, you got to report that as income. But keep in mind all the expenses you could deduct. Obviously, the biggest one for that would be like your vehicle, driving around different properties, all the equipment, whatever utilities you have to use, tools, all that could be deducted throughout the whole year. And a lot of people just don't realize that, don't know that. Like deduct all your business expenses.
Not only that, but even the mamalona could be a tax write-off. I'm just saying, right? Right, Texas?
Yeah, whatever.
Texas, Kevin?
They just call me Texas.
Yeah.
I'll take that.
I was like, Texas taxes? That's funny.
Yeah, anything that makes you money in your business, you could deduct it.
Yeah.
Whatever it is, deduct it. If it's something small, just put it on your books. It's going to help you at the end of the year.
So pretty much don't lie to your CPA. Be as honest as you can, right? You can ask him those embarrassing questions, right? Your CPA is not the IRS. He's not going to put you in jail for asking these questions. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I'm going to sketch on you.
Now, coming to transportation, right? I already know you kind of touched into the Uber. Is there a difference when it comes to taxes for people that might do Uber Eats and might do Uber transportation? Is there a difference, or they could deduct almost the same exact things?
Pretty much it's pretty much the same thing.
Okay.
Maybe the only thing, maybe how they get paid or the amount they get paid, but it's pretty much the same thing.
Okay.
You deduct your mileage, your vehicle expenses. Different ways to deduct vehicle expenses. You can do the actual expenses or the mileage, whatever benefits you the most. It's a good way to go. That's why you should hire someone to do it, because maybe I don't know. There's two ways to go about that, or I'm not sure which way I should go. What's going to benefit me, or beneficial. So that's why it's hard for someone to know what they're doing. You kind of walk through it, talk you through it. The same thing, kind of going back to what we were talking about. That's how you and I got started.
Yeah.
Once you kind of put me on with your payroll, and pretty much we were working together, we just had conversations, and then one thing led to another, and now you're in a situation where, beneficial just from a conversation that I was here for you whenever you needed.
At a Dodger game, guys. At a Dodger game.
So, that's the team. Like, I'm here to help you and advise. Am I here to, just kind of ignore you? That's not the point.
Yeah.
I wouldn't want to work that way. I want to educate my clients, too, so they bounce ideas back and forth. It makes things a little fun, a little easier on both sides. And
I think it's cool, too, that you befriend your clients and to make them feel comfortable so they can ask you those questions, right?
Yeah. Really trust factor.
And I feel like, one thing I remember you telling me is when you take care of me, I take care of you. So that means if you treat Kevin with respect, he's going to come at you and he's going to be like, hey, bro, we could do this, and that. Get you a little tax write-off there.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, exactly. That's fun, too. When I think of an idea, my sparks turn and I get excited. I'm going to tell
or like that idea I threw at you just last week.
Oh, yeah.
That was a good one,
That stuff, that's fun to me.
Yeah, it's funny because I know a lot of people would be like, how the hell would that be a tax write-off? And I'm like, you guys don't get it. You guys don't get it.
I'm sure a lot of people didn't get it at first.
They didn't get it, no. But once you put it in practice, you'll be like, oh, makes sense.
Okay.
You know,
I see what they're doing.
When you're talking about in theory, people are gonna be like, what? How? But anyways, Kevin, you know, what about like maid services, right? When we talk about, you know, sometimes you go to Beverly Hills, you see a lot of our community up there, and they're, you know, cleaning. They're working the economy of those cities, cleaning those people's houses, making them look nice, right? Keeping them maintained, right? Same with our landscapers, you know. Same with our transportation. It's like we're the ones running the economy. Doesn't it seem like it? Right? We're working all these jobs. We're working all these necessary jobs, right? We need transportation. We need cleaning services. We need landscaping. If not, our cities would be destroyed, right?
It's a good word, necessary.
We're the backbone of the economy, right? So for maid services, what are some things that they might be writing off, right? Could it be chemicals? Could it be equipment?
Yeah. Same thing. Like I said before, if you're working for yourself and whatever's going to make you income, make you profit, you deduct that. So it could be chemicals, whatever kind of cleaning supplies, whatever kind of brushes you use, anything. Obviously, your marketing, all that. Obviously,
anything and everything.
Cell phone, anything. I say everything. Like it sounds like simple, but then once you got to think about it too. Like, okay, is this for personal, for business? But whatever you, like I said, whatever you use for business is going to make you money. You should be able to deduct that.
Yeah, and if you're in these industries, you can simply head over to @CertifiedTaxes on Instagram, and you could ask Kevin, what, is this a good solution for you, right? You might not even know this, but Kevin might recommend you an LLC, and you didn't even know you needed an LLC, right? Let's talk about some LLCs, right? Let's
Do you
talk
mind
about.
if I jump here real quick?
Yeah, go ahead.
So it's funny because my mom actually cleans houses.
Okay.
But you know, now she's finally, you know, her knees are starting to hurt. She doesn't really want to do it anymore, right? So I keep pushing her, get a couple employees, just find a couple people that want to do it. So and she's still self-employed.
Okay.
So what would be the first step to, let's say, finding somebody, and how would it be costly for her to bring somebody on?
Definitely not. I don't think so. It's depending on obviously what her monthly revenue is. Okay. If she could afford that, and that's fine. Again, that's kind of a conversation to have, but a simple one. Yeah. Can you afford that? And then also too, how do you want to pay him as an employee, or do you want to pay him as a 1099 self-employed? Most likely it would just be like a 1099 self-employed individual. You pay them, deduct that from the books as an expense.
Okay.
So
could you look into the camera and say, Anna, please, it's time to start expanding.
Or how about this? Anna, I got this. Anna, I need you to go over to your son Adrian, and I need you to head over to Certified Taxes on Instagram and just talk about your revenue, talk about your financial situation with your business, and see if you could afford these people. If you could afford them, it's not going to hurt. It's going to be more of a tax write-off, and it's going to be less of a burden to you. Right, Kevin?
Oh, definitely, yeah. Yeah, we go over kind of your plan, goals, what you expect, what you want to happen, and that's how you kind of work your way up to that. Like, let's say, like, in a couple of years, I don't want to work. I want to have people work for me. So, let's work on that.
Yeah.
Let's plan for that.
And I think she's just nervous, right?
Oh, yeah.
She doesn't have all the
it's
information.
It's the fear, bro.
Exactly,
and that's exactly.
In entrepreneurship, anytime you want to grow, anytime you do want to grow, we have a little bit of that fear because we don't. It's the fear of the unexpected, of the unknown, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Well, anyways, Kevin, that was some great information. But where do you see the state of the economy? I'm pretty sure you've been kind of up to date with the inflation and stuff like that. I'm pretty sure you've also felt it in your pockets.
Yeah.
Where do you see the state of the economy being an accountant?
Yeah, like we kind of talked about before, I think before we started, it's always good to prepare. You never know what's going on in your business, in your personal life. Always good to prepare what's to come.
Just to have that cushion.
Yeah, you don't know what's going to happen. You don't know where it could be. It could be like an accident, or like I said, inflation, an economy, something happens. It's good to be prepared.
Yeah.
Where to park your money at when so it's not just sitting there. You want to have it grow.
Of course.
Also too, leading up to it, making sure like, hey, I'm not going to spend too much, so I can have some security in about 3 months just in case something happens. Yeah. So again, that's all about forecasting, keep track of your cash flow, knowing what's going on, and kind of goes back to taxes as well. So let's say you park your money somewhere, you get some dividends, you got to know you're going to pay taxes on that too. Yeah. So save a little bit for that, so you're going to pay taxes, so you don't get hit at the end of the year and be totally lost and confused.
Oh, okay. No, well, I like it. I mean, I understand, I asked about the state of the economy, right? But I mean, it's also good to that Kevin, you're seeing it as a tax planner, right? Which is
my brain always goes back to that.
I would rather him answer it as a tax planner than actually answer it, because it just reminds me once again why he's my CPA. He's dedicated to his craft. You know what I'm saying?
That's how my brain works.
But he's like, I'm tax guy Kevin, dude. I'm always talking about taxes. I'm always talking about write-offs. But the state of the economy, right? Do you think we're heading into a recession? Do you think we're looming to a recession? We do have student loan forgiveness that was just put back on active. People are paying that again. We have corporate profits down 9 months straight, and then we have credit card debt at all-time highs.
It's crazy, yeah.
The way as an accountant, are we setting ourselves up for disaster?
Unfortunately, yes. Everything you just kind of explained, unfortunately, yes. So, like I said, just gotta be able to prepare and plan.
Just have that cushion.
Yeah, and not wait until last minute, because you're ready for a disaster.
Yeah. Now, one more question, Kevin. As an accountant, do you believe in investing in crypto, or do you recommend it? I mean, obviously, you can't recommend anything right now. Financial advice.
Exactly.
Let me remind everybody.
Exactly.
But do you believe in investing in crypto?
I think few years ago, it was a big hype about it, hype around it. Like, that was the first thing, everything excited. But that's your question. Yes, that's fine. If you want to try it out, why not? I did it. I was one of those people. I got excited too. I invested in some. So if you want to do it, that's fine. Again, just make sure you're talking to someone who might know a bit more. Just to make sure you're not just putting all your money away in one spot.
But do you invest in it?
Yes,
Okay, nice. We won't get into what you're holding, but I'm pretty sure you're holding some good cryptos that you've done research on, right?
Exactly, yeah.
Okay, nice.
Yeah, exactly.
I kind of really want to know what you're holding now, man. I mean,
I'll let you know.
Okay, that's fair.
Kevin said if you would like to know, you have to pay Latin Wealth $10.
Join.
You have to join, subscribe. No, he said at least be subscribed to Latin Wealth Club. I mean, you never know. We might have Kevin back on, and he might just come on just for a straight crypto show.
Exactly.
We might just we might have him on the Room. You guys don't even know this, right? So make sure you guys are subscribing. Make sure you guys are liking. Show us some love. Now, on some other news, we do have Paul Will signifying that the inflation fight is not over. Okay, expect more possible rate hikes. We already had 3-4 flags last time. This is just another red flag. Paul Will telling us to expect possible more rate hikes. Dude, this is crazy, AZ. I don't know what to say anymore.
It's good. That's what we want, though. I mean, we want to slow down, right?
Exactly.
Right.
That's a good word.
Yeah, we want to slow down. I mean, it sucks that we have to go do.
We're not gonna slow down, bro. We're not gonna slow down, bro. This consumer economy is crazy, dude.
No, you don't think so?
I thought we would have slowed down months ago.
I don't know.
I thought people would have got the memo, bro. Like, yo, chill.
Stop spending, man.
Yeah.
Stop getting these loans.
Then you start seeing credit card debt at all-time highs, bro. That's crazy. That is ridiculous.
What do you think of that? How do you, like, when you see that credit card debt, do you think like you guys we're or so I gotta stop cussing. I forgot about that. What do you think about that?
Yeah, first it's kind of sad that it has to be like that. Yeah. It just or we're at in our economy. Again, people then I'm big on planning for anything, whatever. It's like where I go.
Strategy.
Yeah, so it's always good. Like if you have to use it, okay, that's fine. But just be able to pay it back. If not, look, now we're at where we're at because you didn't think about it and plan and strategize. So. That's my big thing. Just think about it first. I'm very hesitant making decisions. Maybe sometimes it's negative, or not a good thing for me. But I don't mind. I'll wait a day or two to think about it. It's
who's rushing? Right?
I'm not big on rushing it.
Right. When you look at if you were to look at the United States as a business, how would you like?
Oh, we're a failure, dog. This is trash.
How would you rate? We're a very bad business.
CEO Biden gets graded a negative F, bro. Like, no, bro.
Dude,
it's like, okay, the country's been BS, right, since 71 that we got off gold standard. Ever since then, it's just been a slippery slope ever since then. We not to give Trump flowers or nothing, but we had somewhat of stability, right, during those times. Yeah, we had some stability, maybe some bright light at the end of the we had a little bit of a future, but now, dude, it's like we're back to square one, right? And that square one is now becoming square zero because I don't know, we just keep going back down. I don't know where this is gonna be at. Just be prepared, and Look into some asset vehicles like crypto. Look into some stocks. You got to remember, right? We just took out a episode of the Bull Room where we talk about fiat currencies and what they are and how we believe crypto will be the solution to fiat currencies, right? Do you believe that, Kevin? Crypto might be a solution to the fiat currency.
Right, I saw you post that. So yeah. Look at that. Yeah, I mean, it's a possibility.
Kevin can't give us a straight answer. He's like, I don't know,
He's
man.
like, I don't know about this.
He's like, I got taxes on my mind. I got write-ups on my mind.
I can't give too much.
He's in the off season preparing for season, bro.
He's thinking about the book he's gonna read when he goes home right
Exactly. He's about to read like the top 10 tax write-ups of 2023.
Right now.
So I gotta be careful what I say and what I don't say because it's like, oh, he said this.
That's right, but this is what I was gonna say. In the description, we always make it known, and we always say this is not financial advice, all personal opinions and experiences. But with that being said, this is the end of the podcast. I want everyone to stay dedicated, stay motivated. All money in, no money out. Oh, you thought I forgot the quote? No, I didn't. Quote number 5: success requires sacrifice, and that quote is from my closet door.
Oh, nice.
You know, it was one of those. So
I'll put it up again.
So make sure you guys are being productive. Make sure you guys are working on your businesses. And raza, let's come out of this recession. Let's come out of this disaster winning, more wealthy, more healthy, and helping our community become better by the day. We'll see you on the next one. That was good.